All right, and we're back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here, your favorite wrestling fan every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Here to talk about the greatest thing in the world on the GSMC Sports Network. We're going to talk about professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside the ring, backstage curtain calls, rumors, and drama. We talk about superstar inactive statuses, injury updates. We talk about contract negotiations, extensions, and signings for promotions from WWE to AEW to New Japan Professional Wrestling to the CMLL for makes major news in the world of professional wrestling. We talk about it here on this show, 1010%. So yeah, don't miss a single shred of the action. All right, just gonna reflect on what we talked about real quick. We talked about our WWE SmackDown review, and then we talked about some WWE Monday Night Raw talk, and now we're gonna jump on into some potential WWE storylines with this women's championship. With the creation of the championship, which is definitely should have been done a long time ago. But I guess in the spirit of in the spirit of all the holidays or whatever you would like to call it, I guess it's better late than never. You know what I mean? Um, but obviously, if you guys have a thought, hit up that super chat. Tell me how y'all feel. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity. So send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And thank you guys in advance. You guys are amazing. Definitely can't do this without you guys. It's a great way to support the channel. Great, just keep these amazing podcasters bringing you the content that you guys love so darn much. So, obviously your support makes all the difference. So send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we will make sure this podcast is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. All right. So we have a United States Women's Championship unveiled. It looks nice. It looks pretty cool. Kind of looks like the men's, but I think I think it's like silver. I think it might be silver. So yeah, General Manager Nick Aldis on Friday Night SmackDown has unveiled the new WWE Women's United States Championship finally, and the main question that's kind of driving through everybody's mind in the WWE Universe or just wrestling, the wrestling community, will it be only exclusive to the Blue brand? Will it be I don't know, like will it be defended like the women's tag team titles? I certainly kind of hope not. But then again, to kind of add prestige to this title, having both brands kind of go for it, maybe, possibly, could be, it could make sense. But I don't know. I think if you have a United States Championship, there needs to be the Intercontinental. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like if there was just going to be a mid card women's belt, it would be like, they would have had a different name for it or something like that. Like the light heavyweight or the featherweight or whatever you want to call it. The fact that it's the United States Championship kind of gives me vibes that there's going to be an Intercontinental Women's Championship unveiled on tonight's Monday Night Raw. But obviously, like I said, all speculations. Obviously, a lot of conspiracy theorizing around. I'm just kidding, but let's go ahead and talk about who will possibly be the inaugural champion. I can, I did my man Nick Aldis looking good right there. All right, Tiffany Stratton. She'd be a great mid card holder, but she's the woman's Money in the Bank. Maybe and just maybe she finds a way to maybe they finally have a winner of the United States Women's Championship, and then she cashes in on them, which would be so stupid. But the storyline between her and Nia Jax right now, it's all right. It's all right. And there has been talks of when Charlotte Flair returns to SmackDown, her, and Tiffany Stratton ultimately kind of feuding. They kind of do have the same, in-ring styles, kind of have the same like physique and stuff like that. They're very strong, they're yet athletic. So obviously that would be a pretty good feud between those two, 1,010%. But I wouldn't understand. I feel like Tiffany right now has to kind of go big or go home. She has to be thinking like championship or bust. Because like I said before, right now the men's briefcase, sorry, excuse me, the men's Money in the Bank briefcase was wasted on this whole CM Punk and Drew McIntyre rivalry. So, obviously we don't have that excitement. This cash in has to basically compensate for both the men's and the women's Money in the Bank briefcase cash in. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm not trying to put too much pressure on WWE or Tiffany Stratton that, you have to win or whatever. But if WWE really wants to push Tiffany, she has to win. She has to, when she cashes in, she's the new champion. And I think he needs to be against Nia Jax. You're kind of setting this up. They've been kind of setting this up for quite some time. She teased cashing in on Nia Jax way too many times already. And now you have Nia kind of, during promos, kind of treating her like dirt, grabbing her by the throat, physically attacking, harming, verbally, and insulting and stuff like that. So, definitely can't wait to see what they decide to do with Tiffany Stratton. But as for the women's United States champion, I don't think it makes sense. Bianca Belair. Yes, 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 yes. This could happen. This could happen, but right now, her and Jade have such a beautiful thing, and they kind of, a lot of people were kind of, week after week after week, being like, all right, this is when, they're gonna lose the title. This is when they're gonna, this is when they're going to break up. Like once when you have the unholy union holding the championships, they're like, okay, now they're gonna break up Bianca and Jade finally, so they can fight in singles competition. So I definitely think that she's going to be the WWE Women's United States Champion down the line. I don't think the inaugural one, being brutally honest, but I would be open for it. And obviously, kind of the same Oh, somewhere kind of the same reaction to Jade as well. Why would she win the championship ultimately to kind of break up this tag team that her and Bianca have, that it's been successful, and why all of a sudden, you're gonna break them up when they're putting the women's tag team division on, on the map right now. So, like I said, she's kind of the queen. She was the queen of AEW's, women's mid card belt, the TBS champion. She's the longest reigning TBS champ. So I think that was pretty damn cool. And she's gonna definitely, like I said with Bianca, she's gonna be a future WWE Women's United States Championship holder. So let's not get too crazy. And technically, her and Bianca are drafted to SmackDown. So if they do unveil like an Intercontinental Championship tonight on Monday Night Raw for the women's, it's kind of off limits. I think the only reason why they're kind of jumping from brand to brand is because they're the women's World Tag Team Champions. Now, something that makes sense. Naomi, she's going to fight Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship next week on SmackDown. It makes sense for Naomi to. I See, the only thing that kind of concerns me about Naomi, and I'm not trying to sound effed up, or I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but I don't know. She's not old. No, no, she's not old. She's not too old. She's not too old. She's not like, because it seems like whenever she's kind of put in this big spot, she doesn't really ever like come out the champion, the victor. When the pressure's on, it seems like she kind of shrivels up. You know, I thought Naomi was gonna go through like a character change when she came back to WWE. But then she still kind of came back with the whole glow thing, glow, glow, glow. Yeah, that's cool and all. But right now, I feel like with her being successful and kind of taking the next step in her career, you know, I don't think it's gonna happen. Now, like I said, I'm kind of sad to say it. Can she be a women's United States champion? Yes. Can she be like a sweetheart champion like Kaylani Jordan was for NXT? Definitely. It would be, that's, kind of reminds me of maybe that's what kind of champion she could be. Because Naomi, she does win matches. She does win matches. She's not losing week after week after week. So, putting the title on her won't be too crazy. Wouldn't be too nuts. So, and she would have there'd be so many storylines that would open up on SmackDown in the women's division if Naomi was the babyface champion. Bayley, once again, I feel like she could definitely be the Women's United States Championship holder. Her and Naomi kind of make the title prestigious, maybe fighting back and forth, kind of like where you saw Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks in the past. That would be interesting. That would be pretty cool to see if they kind of create like prestige in the championship, that way. But ever since Bayley has become a babyface, she's being loved by the WWE Universe, fans all over the world of professional wrestling. She posts on social media very often. I wouldn't be surprised if they put the title on her simply because how marketable Bayley is, and I don't know why, but people overseas in Saudi Arabia, Scotland, France, wherever the WWE goes, that's not in the United States, fans really warm up to Bayley. So, possibly this could be this babyface champion, as well as Naomi would be the United States Championship, like representing your country, the United States Championship. Kind of gives me like, Hulk Hogan, I am a real American. And then like Bayley comes out too, obviously you see those, the Macho Man Randy Savage straps and the jet, like Bailey's old school. She's old school wrestling. So it wouldn't surprise me if, you kind of put a championship that's kind of a little bit old school. The United States Championship was in the NWA, the WCW. They made its way to WWE. So, maybe we can see Bailey holding on to the championship. I definitely think so. Blair Davenport's kind of like a wild card. She hasn't really been featured on the brand ever since being drafted and kind of creating this alliance with the Unholy Union when they were the champion. We haven't really seen them on air either on television. But Blair Davenport could definitely be. But then again, that means you would have two heel champions, and I don't really think that's the way. I don't know. Maybe that's not the way it should be. I guess you can say. But then again, right now you kind of have the LA Knight being babyface, and you have Cody being babyface. So maybe it could happen. Maybe in the women's division they just have, they have bad guys or heels holding on to the championships. But Blair Davenport would be an interesting pick. Chelsea Green, maybe. I feel like that'd be great for her career. I feel like she's paid her dues in WWE. She plays the part. She can look amazing inside the ring. She can, when she plays serious, she could definitely, pick up some dubs. But most of the time she does come out, comedic sketches and stuff like, she's very like in your face. Kind of reminds me of like an Alicia Fox when she was back in WWE. But and she kind of has that Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, like that, her left hand woman being Piper Niven, holding on to that champion. Like I could see it happening, and I would love to see Chelsea Green kind of go through a character shift. I want to see her, I want to see her get serious. I feel like she'd be a great, serious champion, and she's like really antagonistic, and she's really in your face about, her accomplishments, and that would be, kind of it would be cool. It'd be funny, but in a like not because she sucks at wrestling, because she doesn't, or that she's like, just for, comedy. But it would be kind of funny in terms of, she would piss some people off, kind of like when you had Kevin Owens, the Universal Champion. I think that would be, with Chris Jericho. I thought they had some pretty comedic sketches that were pretty funny. So, definitely would love to see Chelsea Green, in that, kind of in that area. Electra Lopez, a couple of weeks ago on Friday Night SmackDown, Legado del Fantasma kind of talked to Nick Aldis, being like, hey, like, where's our shots? Well, what's going on? Like, and Nick Aldis even said, like, in the future, you're going to get some opportunities. And, then he looked at Electra Lopez. He's like, yeah, even you. So this could possibly be a way for Electra to make her way onto the scene on SmackDown, because so far she's just been kind of like that, kind of like that manager, kind of like that lackey, and in terms of the group. And I hate that for her. I remember her in NXT. She was gifted. So I would love to see her kind of take the next step in her relationship. This would definitely be, a new rising star, Electra Lopez, also representing, holding the United States Championship, definitely as, from her culture as well. So I think that would be pretty cool. Mi Chen definitely could be a United States Women's Championship holder as well. Um, I do feel like she would definitely create like an innovative style. I feel like, because you kind of have her, doing the dumpster matches, you have her doing the street fights, you have her implementing like, hardcore styles inside these rings and stuff like that. It'd be interesting to kind of see Michin hold the title. I feel like it would be definitely it'd be cool. Natalia's always she's always a viable option, especially when you're trying to create the title's prestige, trying to make it seem like it's like a crown jewel championship or something like that. But and Natalia's always agree. She's great inside the ring. Obviously, I don't completely love her mic skills, but that's just my opinion. But she could definitely hold the title. And she could definitely fight some of the women in terms of the main event kind of categories like Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and kind of make it seem like it's possible. And also we gotta talk about some of the injured superstars that are coming back. Charlotte Flair could definitely hold this championship. Could definitely, oh man, she would be probably the right fit for the inaugural WWE Women's United States Champion. And that's just being honest. I know a lot of people might not love it because every single time Bianca Belair makes it onto the stage, she always all she does is win, 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 no matter what. So, some people could, take that a little offensively, but for me, I'm like, Asuka, I don't think she's gonna come back to SmackDown. Like I said, if this title is being defended on both the red and the blue brand, maybe. But I see this girl, kind of linking up with Damage Control once again with their partners Io Sky and Kyrie Sane on Monday Night Raw, and kind of creating storylines from that. But she'd be a great champion as well. Alexa Bliss coming back to SmackDown would be pretty cool, be pretty badass. I personally would love to see her make a debut on Monday Night Raw and be the next one to challenge Liv Morgan because their wrestling styles are kind of alike. They have the same they're the same height, same physique, same like if you saw like the tail of the tape for UFC, like the reach, their tactical style inside the ring. They get on the top rope and they're not afraid to kind of like go out of their comfort zone to try to do what it takes to win, and sometimes maybe bend the rules a little bit. But obviously, that's the reason why Alexa Bliss has been so successful. Becky Lynch. I don't think Becky's coming back until the first episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Maybe that's a big reason they're like, we're gonna have this tournament, and maybe she becomes a finalist, and it's the last one, the last match, the finals match to determine the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. But then again, I don't think she's drafted to Monday Night. No, I think I think she is drafted to Raw. I think she is. So when she comes back, she has to be on Raw. So, maybe, just maybe, but I'm not United States champion, maybe. Carmella, when Carmella comes back, she's still on the WWE page, she could definitely be a viable option of holding the title as well. Would be super cool. I definitely love her style when she was definitely inside, WWE. So, obviously can't wait for her to come back. She was, she's kind of like that Chelsea Green, kind of feel inside the ring, and also her promo skills and her mic skills are very, very, sensational. So I can't wait to see her, see, Mela is money come back. All right, guys, so we do not go anywhere. We talked about the United States Championship now, but like I said, it might not happen on Monday Night Raw. They might unveil a WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship finally, and we're gonna talk about some competitors on Monday Night Raw that can hold the championship. So yeah, get ready for that. And hey, do not go anywhere.